If you're going to do this experiment with your friends, make sure to stay safe by social distancing and wearing your mask. Also, if you decide to test your own buoyancy in a pool or lake, make sure you have parental supervision.
Buoyancy is the ability or tendency to float in a fluid. It's what keeps objects floating. If the object sinks, the density of the object is greater than the liquid. And on the flip side, if the object floats, it means that the density of the object is less than the density of the liquid. The equation forced to find whether things will float is the fluid density times the displaced body volume of liquid times the acceleration of gravity. The equation for buoyant force can be used to find a number of things, such as the mass of the object or the mass of the object submerged amongst other things. Buoyant force is critical in keeping boats afloat. I'm turning.
I know.
As long as the weight of the boat and whatever is in the boat is less than the displaced liquid, your boat will float because of the buoyant force.
What's better than a refreshing cola on a hot summer day? Simple experiment to test buoyancy is testing whether a regular can of soda will float or a diet can of soda will float. Take a second to think about which can of soda that you think will float. For a hint, consider the ingredients in each can of soda and the buoyancy equation we just learned. Alright, now let's see what will happen. First, I will put in the regular can of soda. Notice how the can sunk and stays straight on the bottom of the container? Now let's test the diet can of soda. Wow, look at that, it floated! If you guessed that the diet can of soda floated, you were correct. Now let's take a second to think about why this happened. The reason that the can of diet soda floated is because it is less dense than the regular soda. Diet soda has 0 grams of sugar in it, and the added sugar in the regular can of soda makes it more dense. So if we think back to our buoyancy equation, we know that density plays a role in buoyancy. So the more dense soda sinks to the bottom of the water, while the less dense soda remains floating on the top.
A simple, easy, fun experiment you can do at home is making tinfoil boats. All you need for this is some water and a container to hold your water. It could be a bucket, or you could do it inside with a sink or in a bathtub. Then you need some tinfoil to create your boats, and then something to test the buoyancy, which could be pennies or things such as rocks. When making your boats, you're going to want to make sure that you fold it up on the edges so that no water gets in. You can look at other real-life examples for inspiration, or just try out whatever you think might work. For this experiment, make it your own. Compete with your friends, test out how much tinfoil you use for your boat, and check out how much surface area is the best for the buoyancy of the boat.
Boats, boats, boats!